Good evening, guys. The purpose of this video today is to review and go over your homework from Tuesday night in order to prepare for your quiz that's going to be on Friday, on everything that we learned Friday. Your quiz on Friday is going to be that you can graph polar coordinates, what we have a checkpoint on, and some of you still need to come finish your checkpoint as soon as possible in zero period tomorrow. That's going to be on your quiz, converting polar coordinates to rectangular coordinates or rectangular coordinates to polar coordinates, and converting equations. So we have all that. So what I'm going to do first, before we go over homework, is just review converting coordinates. We want to practice both converting from polar to rectangular and rectangular to polar. On number one here, guys, we first identify what type of coordinate is this. If you look, there's a degree, so this is polar. We want to go from polar to rectangular. So in rectangular, we need an X and we need a Y. Okay? So remember, to find your X coordinate, you say R times cosine of theta, Y is R sine of theta. Okay? So X equals 2 times the cosine of 135. X equals 2. Remember, 135 is in quad 2. Reference angle is 45. Your cosines will be negative square root of 2 over 2. Remember, since there's not a plus here, you can cancel these out. So your X equals negative square root of 2. Y equals 2 times the sine of 135. Y equals 2. The sine of 135 square root of 2 over 2. So y equals square root of 2. So your ordered pair will be negative square root of 2 and square root of 2. Alright, let's look at number 2. We see a radian. That means it's in polar. We want to go from polar to rectangular. Once again, we need to know an X and we need to know a Y value. X equals, my R is negative 1 times the cosine of negative pi over 3. X equals negative 1. The cosine of negative pi over 3. Alright, negative pi over 3 is in quad 4, because you go backwards. So our cosine value will be 1/2. X equals negative 1/2. Y equals negative 1 times the sine of negative pi over 3. Our sine value in quad 4 is negative square root of 3 over 2. Or Y equals square root of 3 over 2. So our rectangular coordinate, which is our X and Y coordinate, is negative 1/2 square root of 3 over 2. Now let's look at number 3. Let's determine what type of coordinate we have. There's no degrees in either one of these. So this is in rectangular. We need to go to polar. So we need an R and we need a theta. Okay? R is square root of x squared plus y squared. And remember, we use tangent of theta equals y over x. R equals negative 3 squared plus 3 squared. R equals 9 plus 9, which is square root of 18, which can be broken down to 3 square root of 2. Tan theta equals y divided by x. Tan of theta equals negative 1. You got to think, okay, where on the unit circle is your tangent negative 1? It's quad 2 and quad 4. And that would be 3 pi over 4 and 7 pi over 4. Okay, you have to now, which one do you choose? You have to go back to this one. This is in quad 2. Which one of these are quad 2? This one. So your polar coordinate would be 3 square root of 2, 3 square root of 2, and 3 pi, comma, 4. We said this is a rectangle. We want polar, so we need to know an R. You got to know these formulas. Square root of x squared plus y squared. Tangent of theta equals y over x. r equals negative 2 squared plus negative 2 square root of 3 squared. R equals 4. Now when you square this, you square the negative 2, that's 4. Your square and square cancel out. 4 times 3 is 12. So r equals square root of 16, r equals 4. Tangent of theta equals negative 2 square root of 3 over negative 2. These cancel out. Tangent of theta equals square root of 3. I think, what reference angle gives you square root of 3? That's pi over 3. It's positive, so it's going to be quad 1 and quad 3. So it can be pi over 3 or 4 pi over 3. We'll go back to the original. That's in quad 3. You would choose this one. That is in quad 3. So your polar coordinate would be 4 comma 4 pi over 3 is your answer. So you got to know your formulas for x, y, r, and theta. Alright, now y'all turn to your homework on page 14. You have problems 39 through 48. And let's go into work right now. Number 39. We have x equals 7. X equals 7. And we want to, now right now that's in rectangular form. We want to go to polar. That means we want r's and thetas and r by itself. Alright, so we have to think about our toolkit. We know that x equals r cosine theta, y equals r sine theta, x squared plus y squared equals r squared. That's some toolkit things that you need to know. Now, I can replace x with r cosine theta equals 7. To get r by, now you know you got to get r by itself, so I'm going to divide both sides by cosine of theta. Well, I can rewrite that as 7 secant theta, and that is my answer for number 39. Number 40 is y equals negative 3. This is rectangular. I want to go to polar. That y's got to go. Got to go. Alright? So I'm going to replace that y with r sine theta equals negative 3. Divide both sides by sine theta because I want to get my r by itself. I can rewrite that as negative 3 cosecant theta. Number 41, x squared plus y squared equals 9. The x's and y's got to go. Got to go. But look here, x squared plus y squared equals r squared. I can just replace that r squared equals 9. You got to get r by itself, take the square root of both sides. R equals plus or minus 3. Number 42. X squared plus y squared equals 16. We want to go from rectangular to polar. This got to go. X squared and y squared. So I'll replace it with r squared. I take the square root of both sides. R equals plus or minus 4. Your x and y's are gone. Number 43. R equals 4 cosine theta. Okay, this is in polar. I got an r and a theta. I need to get it to rectangular. Alright, so let's think here. If I divided both sides by cosine theta, that wouldn't do much because I would have secant. But I need, if I look here, I need an r with cosine. I need an r with cosine. Well, I don't have that over here. But remember, if you multiply this side by r, you can multiply this side by r. So that gives me r squared equals 4r cosine theta. Well, that right there is equal to x. This right here is equal to x squared plus y squared. So you got x squared plus y squared equals 4x. Your r's and thetas are gone, and you just have x's and y's. Number 44. R equals 6 sine of theta. This is very similar. I could divide by sine, but that's not going to do anything for me. But if I had an r right here, I can multiply both sides by r. replace r squared with x squared plus y squared, and that gives me 6y there, and my r and theta is gone. Same thing with 45, it's the same problem. R equals 3 sine of theta. I need an R. I'm going to multiply both sides by R. Replace that with x squared plus y squared equals 3. That can be replaced with y, just as in that problem was right there. You can pause the video at any time if you need to review what's going on. 46. We got r equals 8. Well, there's no sine and cosine in there. But, look at this and this. If I had an r squared, I could replace it with that. So I could simply square both sides. What you do unto one side, do unto the other. R squared equals 64. And then replace r squared with x squared plus y squared equals 64. That is your answer. Okay. Let's look at 47. R equals cosine theta. Well, I need an R over here, because if I divide, it's not going to do anything. So I'm going to multiply this side by R, multiply this side by R. R squared equals R cosine theta. Well, I can replace R squared with x squared plus y squared, and that is equal to x. So that is my equation. My r's and thetas are gone. Now this is a different topic. This was the last one. When it said theta, when it's dealing with thetas, I told you on Tuesday, you just take the tangent of both sides. Now you know the definition of tangent. You know your theta's got to go. So definition of tangent theta is y over x equals, that is equal to 1. Now cross multiply. X times 1 is x. I know you don't have to do number 49, but let's look at number 49, because I think you need another one of those. I'm going to take the tangent of both sides. We got to get rid of theta, so how can we write that? Y divided by x. Now, negative pi over 3 is in quad 4. Quad 4. Let's go backwards. The tangent of that would be negative square root of 3. I'm going to cross multiply. Y equals negative square root of 3 times x would be my answer there. You have y and x, no r's and thetas, because you're going from polar to rectangular. Polar to rectangular. Your only homework tonight is this, guys. I'm not going to cover another lesson. I'm going to give you a night off, but you need to learn everything up to this point. Graphing, converting between different coordinates and equations, okay? Tomorrow we're going to start graphing these equations. Have a great night, but make sure you learn this, okay? See you tomorrow.